Okay, Extraordinary People podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for being with us today. We're here at ESRI, Netherlands. I'm here with Thomas Lier. How are you?
Good, very well, thanks. Happy to have you here.
Are you happy it's the weekend?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, sure.
So basically, just let me know, how did you get into this line of work?
Well, I think I was interested in maps always, as are many people working for ESRI, I guess. And then my dad actually, as me, studied geography, so that was a good entrance. And then I was interested in technology as well. Well, combining geography with technology makes you come out at cartography, actually. And then the modern way of cartography is, of course, happening at ESRI.
Did you ever look at the old maps from from like the way that people saw the world in the 1600s and the 1700s, and some of those cool looking maps with dragons and stuff on them?
With dragons on them. I'm not sure about the dragons, but I do love old maps. We, at the university I studied at, had this library full of old, beautiful hand-drawn maps, like paintings. Do you like them also?
Of course, of course.
Sounds very nerdy though, me talking about these maps, but
No,
they're
but
beautiful to see.
But we all need when you apply for a job, you always see on the covering letter, this is a great thing to write, right? That you are looking at old maps. But is it ever difficult looking at if you're spending a lot of time in front of a screen? Is that something that you have to very often do?
Of course, we have big enough screens to be able to see enough detail on the maps we look into. But luckily, we can zoom in and zoom out as well. But it doesn't offer difficulties for me.
Okay.
You try to find balance of not spending every minute into the computer screen, right?
Yeah. And how often would you say that have you experienced? Because I've also used GIS as both for work and as a hobby. And sometimes if you're trying to load a big data set, it can be very, very frustrating. Obviously, over the years, this has got a lot better, especially if you're loading things from a cloud. How do you deal with that frustration, or have you seen major improvements?
Well, it gets better every year, of course, with the technology improving, software and hardware. But also data sets tend to become larger, of course. But I think the most important change for me was my knowledge how to handle these kind of things. So being more knowledgeable and having a group of colleagues around you who can help you with finding out how to approach large data, that makes working with it so much more easy.
Okay, the big question, Thomas, is we are seeing a lot of stuff online about AI. I've been watching the Terminator series again. I don't think that's going to be a problem here, but do you think the GIS is ever at danger because of AI as a career, as a general kind of subject?
No, I don't think so. I love the improvement and the possibility of getting even more depth in analysis, getting the ability to, for example, use models to do not something manually for just a neighborhood, but be able to do it via machine learning for a whole province or a whole country. That the possibilities are endless. And I think with more possibilities, more questions can be asked. And with more questions that can be asked, there are also people necessary to be able to answer them.
So it's an infinite thing, apparently. I think we'll end with, I think we'll get you to spin this globe, and let's see where you end up. From your perspective, Pakistan. Oh, honestly, it's not a joke. It actually landed on Pakistan, and that is ironic because we just filmed something about solar panels there.
It's quite ironic, yeah. No coincidence.
No coincidence at all. Thank you for your time. Stay tuned. We'll always speak to Thomas again when it's time. Bye.